Koyla butter chicken. Welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor's Khazana. This is Chef Saransh, and today we are doing a 5 course meal. So finally, we have reached our main course, and it is none other than the Koyla butter chicken. Why do I call it the Koyla butter chicken? Well, everyone wants to make that same butter chicken that you find on the streets in Delhi in North India. So I'm going to give you the secret recipe that I learned over a period of time from a lot of other people. So the secret ingredient is none other than the koyla. So this is going to give you that authentic koyla tandoori flavor. So let's get started with our koyla butter chicken. Chopped tomatoes, chicken which is boneless, curry cut breast, roughly chopped onions, hung curd, peeled almonds, cashew nuts, full fat cream, lemon juice, dried coal, butter, bay leaves, cloves, finely chopped garlic, dry roasted kasuri methi, whole garlic, honey, kasuri methi, ginger, dry roasted cumin powder, cinnamon, whole peppercorns, garlic paste, coriander powder, ginger paste, turmeric powder, cardamom powder, red chili powder, Kashmiri red chili powder, milk, oil, salt to taste. So let's start this interesting recipe. I am very excited. So we have half a kg of boneless breast cut into a curry cut. Very basic, very simple. So we take this chicken, we're going to give it a basic marination. So here's the chicken. With basic we mean ginger garlic paste. We need a bit of salt, lime juice and chili powder. So I have all my marinating ingredients here. So let's start with chili powder. Garlic paste, ginger paste, lime juice and salt to taste. So now let's mix. I have a very interesting tip. If you mix this chicken with your hands, the flavor is even better. Like how your moms and your grandmoms do it back home, it's always much better. They mix it with their hands. So this is perfect. Our basic marination for chicken is done. Now we will allow it to rest for an hour. So now the second step is to prepare the second marination for the chicken. Yes, the chicken has 2 marinations. So we move on to the second marination. For this, we need hung curd. So you have to actually start a day prior to make this koyle wala butter chicken because the curd has to hang for at least 8 hours. So then you have this hung curd. So we need hung curd for this marination and we need our whole garam masalas. So we have peppercorns, cloves, cinnamon sticks, bay leaf, almonds. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dry roast these spices. So what's going to happen is, as we are dry roasting these spices, all the essential oils and flavors from these spices will come out. Then we're going to grind this and mix it with the hung curd. So here, our dry roast spices are absolutely ready. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grind them finely in a small mixer. More finer. Smells fantastic. I have that rule. Fresh, flavorful, fantastic. Whenever you dry roast whole spices and grind them, it's beautiful. So now what we do is, we take our hung curd and we add this spice mix, our fresh ground whole masalas to the curd. And now we're going to add cardamom powder. So a bit of cardamom powder. So why didn't we add cardamom powder to our spice mix? Because cardamom seeds get bitter if you dry roast them. So always use cardamom powder separately. And we add one more spice to it, which is our cumin powder. Cumin powder goes excellent with hung curd. So whenever you're making anything with hung curd, always add cumin powder to it. Perfect. And a bit of turmeric powder, haldi, as we call it in India. So this spice not only gives you nice color, it also disinfects your dish. And now we mix all our lovely spices with the hung curd. So our second marination for the chicken is ready. So this is a chicken that has been marinated for an hour with all our basic marination, which has lemon juice, salt, ginger garlic paste and red chili powder. Now is the time for the second marination. So there are two marinations for the chicken. The second marination is with the hung curd. I showed you how to make this lovely hung curd with whole Indian spices. So we add this curd to the chicken. You know, when you're using hung curd, your mouth already starts watering. That's what's happening with me. So we add this curd to the chicken and we mix. So now it's going to get that lovely yellow red color. A lot of people choose to add color to their butter chicken. It's a strict no. Never add color to your dish. Also, let me give you a secret tip. What you can do is you can use this curd as a spread on your bread. Instead of having cheese or butter, you can have hung curd with spices on your bread. It will taste yum. Also, what you can do is you can use this curd for all sorts of marination. You can put prawns, paneer, broccoli, your wish. So now what we need to do is, we need to set aside this chicken for another hour. So basically we're looking at 2 hours of chicken marination. One is with the basic marination. The second marination for an hour is with the hung curd marination. So in the meanwhile, we'll prepare our curry for the chicken, the main butter chicken gravy. So our chicken is marinating for an hour. In the meanwhile, we prepare the curry, the butter chicken gravy. And this method has never been done before. So you're going to like it. What we're going to do is, we're going to put a kg of tomatoes in the pressure cooker. So here go the tomatoes. Now we add onions. So the ratio is 2:1. If you're using a kg of tomatoes, then 500 grams of onions. Always remember the ratio 2:1. Then we add lots of garlic. When you're from Delhi or you're from northern India, we love garlic there. And without garlic, butter chicken is incomplete. So lots of garlic, around 10 cloves. So these are the three main ingredients: tomatoes, onions, garlic. Very important. Now we go on to cashew nuts. Now we add kasuri methi or fenugreek leaves to it. Honey. Very important. Never add sugar. Sugar kills your gravy. I've seen a lot of people who do that. They add sugar to their butter chicken, or if they make a butter paneer masala, never works. Trust the chef, you need to add honey to your butter chicken gravy. So there goes honey. Now we add ginger. So we have almost our main ingredients in the dish, but you can't make an Indian dish without the spices. So we need to add a basic spices. So we have our Kashmiri red chili powder, which will give you nice color. Because we're not adding any color to our butter chicken, so we need Kashmiri red chili powder for this gravy. Then we add a bit of turmeric powder. And salt is to taste, obviously. You know what they say, that you can judge a person with the amount of salt he adds to his food. That's true. So whenever you're adding salt, be careful. And last but not the least, coriander powder. So we add lots of coriander powder to it. Almost everything is there in this cooker except the butter. We can't make butter chicken without the butter. Impossible. So we take a big chiplet of butter and yeah, this is going to go in the gravy. If my mom was watching this, she would literally give me a call and scold me for this. So perfect. So we keep this cooker here. But before we pressure cook this, I'm going to show you a very interesting technique. This one is called a bag of spices, or in India, we call it the potli. So for your bag of spices or the potli, you need a muslin cloth like this. This is very interesting, trust me. Now in this, we're going to add all our whole spices. So you have a bay leaf, few cloves, a couple of peppercorns, and lots of cinnamon. Because cinnamon goes very well with tomatoes. So you want butter chicken to have a dominant flavor of cinnamon. So 2 sticks of cinnamon. That's about it. What we're going to do is, we're going to wrap this off, make it like a bag, and seal it. Just like this, you're going to wrap it and you're going to seal it. Just like a bag. And you can tuck it in. Make sure none of the spices come out. That's about it. So we have a bag of spices or the potli. And here it goes inside our mixture. So the final step is we add milk and water. But be careful, your quantities of water and milk should not over exceed this limit, because what will happen is then you'll have a watery gravy, and butter chicken gravy should always be thick. So be very careful when you're adding milk and water. So now we are going to pressure cook this for 25 to 30 minutes. So after one whistle, you reduce the flame to sim. So our gravy has cooked for half an hour in the pressure cooker, and we've rested it for another half an hour. So I think now the cooker is ready to be opened up. There, perfect. Oh, so a lot of steam is coming out. Let's see how the gravy is cooked. Smells beautiful. I get a lot of honey, chili, kasuri methi on my nose, and a bit of garlic as well. It's got this sweet smell to it, which comes from the butter, because it's butter chicken. So now the next step is to find our potli, the bag of spices that we had put in. So this is like an interesting game, to hunt for your potli in your gravy. So yeah, oh yeah, there it is. See, it's like we put it in, it hasn't opened up. What it has done is, the idea of putting these spices in the muslin cloth was to make a bag was that it should give all the aromas and flavors to the curry or the gravy, but at the same time, it should not come in your mouth while you're having it. Even after grinding, what happens is that few whole spices come in your mouth, and it's not a nice texture to have. So that's the reason we tie it up, so that it can only give out its aromas and rest. Now we can discard this. So the next step is we need to puree our curry. So this is perfect. So you take this into our mixer. Don't overfill your mixer jar, otherwise your curry might just spill out. Perfect. So I told you, this is a new way of making the gravy for butter chicken. So you're going to see what difference it makes. I think it is done. Smells beautiful, and it looks beautiful as well. So I'm going to show you how it finally looks. So I'm going to empty this out into the pan where we'll finally cook our curry. Look at the bright orange color. This is perfect. In a similar fashion, we're going to puree the rest of our gravy. So look at this lovely color of our butter chicken gravy. Isn't it phenomenal that without adding any color, you can get this bright orange color, and it's good for the eyes. You feel like having it. Sometimes I feel like I can swim in this gravy. It's so beautiful. There are more things to be done. So what we do is, the next step is to cook our marinated chicken. So this chicken, which has been marinated twice, is now ready to be cooked. We have marinated this for 2 hours, once with the basic marination and second with the yogurt marination, hunkered. So time to cook the chicken. We're going to slightly drizzle this with oil so that the chicken does not stick to the surface. Make sure it's evenly spread. Perfect. We have our chicken ready. So we are going to cook our marinated chicken on the pan. So we're not going to fully cook it. We're going to just seal the chicken and then add it to a gravy and let it cook inside the gravy. So the gravy and the curry can give its flavor to chicken, and the chicken can give its flavor to the gravy. So we're just going to seal the chicken. I think the pan is fairly hot. Never add chicken in a cold pan, because then what happens is it takes time to seal and all the juices sort of go away. We want juices to stay inside the chicken so it's juicy and succulent. Perfect. So I think we can add a chicken. Yes, this is a perfect temperature. Make sure again that the chicken is spread evenly on the pan, and we have to seal it from both the sides. So now I guess it's time to turn our chicken to the other side. See? Lovely. It's getting brown on one side, so we turn. So as I said, the purpose is to seal the chicken and not cook it totally. So now I'm getting all those aromas of a butter chicken. All the garam masalas are releasing their wonderful flavors. And what I smell the most is cinnamon. Whoa, look at this chicken. Looks lovely, beautiful color. See, now the chicken is done from both the sides. It's totally sealed, so we don't need to cook it anymore. What we do is, we straight away take this and splash it into our butter chicken gravy with the essential juices. Do not throw away this curd and the marination you see. It's very important for our gravy. So the chicken goes into our curry. And now we put our butter chicken onto the stove. We mix. So now you noticed what we did. First we took the gravy that was in the pressure cooker. We gave it a small blend. We had this fine curry with us. After that, we took a marinated chicken. We sort of pan-seared it. We sealed the chicken and we added that chicken to our gravy. So now this is almost a butter chicken, but it is not butter chicken yet. There are 2 tadkas that are supposed to go in butter chicken. Yes, that's the secret. The 2 tadkas. Also, the chicken hasn't fully cooked. So what we're going to do is, we will add another milk to this so that the chicken can cook with the curry. The chicken can give its marinated flavor to the gravy and the gravy can give its flavor to the chicken. So we add milk. Now we will let this cook for another 10 to 12 minutes. So in the meanwhile, our butter chicken is getting cooked. 10 to 12 minutes is what you need for the chicken to cook with the gravy. What you need to do is very important. You need to start preparing for your important tadka, Koyle ka tadka, the coal tadka, which is famous throughout India. Generally people, in all our roadside dhabas, what they do is, they get that flavor just because of the environment where the chicken is getting cooked. But because we are in our houses and we don't get that smoky flavor, so we're going to infuse that coal tadka into butter chicken. So for that, we take a piece of coal and we heat it for 10 to 12 minutes. As soon as it starts glowing red, you will see the coal is getting cooked. That's when we'll use it for our tadka. So now we see a boil in the gravy. We put it on sim and you put a lid on. So till the time our coal is heating and our chicken is cooking, we will put this on another range and we'll prepare for our first tadka. Coal is the second tadka. So we have a pan, 1 tablespoon of butter, a bit of oil, so that the butter does not burn. Because we are making an Indian tadka, if you only make it in butter, the butter will burn. So that's the reason we are adding a bit of oil to that. So for this we need finely chopped garlic and Kashmiri lal mirch. These are the only 2 things that we need for this tadka. Why do we add this tadka to butter chicken? Whenever you have that butter chicken, those small pieces of garlic which have that roasted essence to them make all the difference. So that's the reason we give this tadka. And red chili powder, Kashmiri red chili powder for the color. It'll get a nice bright red color because of the chili powder. So we'll let it heat and keep turning the coal so that it cooks evenly from all the sides. See, now the butter won't burn because there's oil in it. Time to add garlic. So we won't add the Kashmiri red chili powder as of now. First we cook the garlic. You'll get this nice nutty flavor because of the butter and garlic blending together. If you like onions, you can also at the same time add some finely chopped onions. I prefer to not add onions at this stage, but some people like to do it. So now you see garlic is getting a little bit of golden color to it. This is the right time to add Kashmiri red chili powder to it. And depends on how much spice do you like. I like my butter chicken to be a bit sweet and with a lot of spice. So I'm going to add a whole tablespoon of red chili powder. Mix, mix, mix. Whoa, look at the color. Fantastic. Now the right way is that I switch this off. I think the chicken is done. I switch this off as well. I put some curry into the tadka. Mix. So now I'll impart all its color to the butter chicken gravy and we transfer it into the pan. So now we come to the last stage of butter chicken. You'll see the smile on my face. I absolutely love this gravy and I belong to Delhi, so that love for this butter chicken comes out naturally. Oh, the tadka, the curry, I can smell all of it coming together now. Look at the lovely color. And the consistency is perfect. It's thick. Once it cools down, it'll get even thicker. So you don't want to cook it a lot. If you're instantly going to serve it, then you can cook it a bit more, make it thicker and serve. But now is the time for our tadka to go in. So this, you have to be very careful. You don't use a glass bowl. Either you use a steel bowl or use any glass bowl that is toughened. Never use a regular bowl like this because this might crack. So we add the steel cup on the top of the gravy. Yes, we do that. Do not be surprised. And our coal is done. Switch off the gas. Take a burning coal, put it in the steel vessel. What we have to instantly do is you have to act quick. The coal is hot you need to take some butter, put a dollop of butter on the coal and instantly shut it. We want that smoke to be captured inside the dish. So you see, this is an important step. A dollop of butter on the burning coal. Look at the fumes. And this is a step. Quickly. So this is the important step. Oh, the aromas of that smoky charcoal flavor that we're getting is fantastic. So all these flavors will stay inside our butter chicken now. So after this is done, for 5 minutes, we let the coal to infuse its flavor. Then we take the coal out, but the butter that's there in the coal, we put it in the gravy. So after 5 minutes, when the coal has released all its smoky flavor to butter chicken, it's time to strain it. What we're going to do is, we're going to strain the butter. We don't want any coal going in, so only the butter. Perfect. And now, we again mix this charcoal butter with our butter chicken. Absolutely delicious, tempting. I know a lot of mouths are watering there. Behold. And it's time for our final garnish. In a butter chicken, if you don't have a lot of kasuri methi, if you don't have that flavor coming out, again, it's incomplete. So what we do is, we add, this is roasted. So we add a splash of roasted kasuri methi on the top. We're going to add fresh full fat cream. Perfect. And we give it a final mix. Woohoo! So your Koyla butter chicken is absolutely ready. I know a lot of you want to just have it. So go to your kitchens, cook it right away. And I must tell you, a lot of love and a lot of butter does wonders to this Koyla butter chicken. So do try this at home.